Dustin, you and I, this is nothing new to us. We have seen gaming sites get hacked left and right since they've started. Basically, for the last 20 years, there's a story that comes out. Of course, we've gotten much more sophisticated about how to prevent these type of attacks, and certainly how to, even as a consumer and a customer, to protect yourself from these certain different little things. But, listen, as we get more, in tune with how to try to prevent the stuff, the hackers get better at hacking. And so we had an incident here with a report now from the FBI. It was something that happened over at DK.
Yeah, so if you remember back to the fall, November of last year, it was going around. Lots of people were getting money taken out of their accounts at DraftKings and attacks at other legal sports books in the United States. We now have a complaint against an 18-year-old that was first reported by CNBC, alleging that this person was behind, in concert with others, behind the attempt to steal. And again, $600,000 was stolen from accounts last year. The complaint filed by the FBI did not originally name DraftKings, but DraftKings did confirm that they were obviously the ones that were the users there were most affected. DraftKings back when this happened made everyone whole as well. But we have a lot more details here now about what happened, and that gain the information of a lot of customers and use that to make withdrawals on their accounts, facing 6 federal crimes. Crime doesn't pay, kids. So like, you got pretty crazily. I mean, maybe or maybe not crazily. We found out who this person was within 6 months, and now going to apparently at least stand for those charges in federal court. So interesting to see what else happens, and maybe not a deterrent for this to happen. But everybody knows all the money that's flowing through these through the sportsbook and online casino accounts, and their target. So just another message to keep your account safe, two-factor authentication, all of that stuff.
Adam, if there is any sort of positive for the gaming industry out of this or whatever, we learned about credential stuffing, which I don't think most people knew much about before this happened, to understand why it is so incredibly important to have all of these safety features that are provided to all of us. And I'll be the first to admit, I have done it more recently, but I mean, like, some of my legacy accounts and things where they are like, hey, do you want to activate two-factor? I'm like, why would I do that? Like, it made me really go in and go, oh, because if someone gets into one of these, they can start to try to figure out how to get into all of mine because of this whole credential stuffing thing and whatever. So, I mean, if there is any sort of rainbow to this, it really does highlight why we should take advantage of every single barrier to entry that we are given in all of this.
I actually was surprised that it was only $600,000 that we were talking about, with the amount of accounts that were accessed in this hack. And I know $600,000 is a large amount of money, and it represents a lot of entertainment dollars for the people who had their accounts hacked. But if I talk about this in a sense of scale, it could have been far worse. And that doesn't mean that it wasn't bad. It was very bad. But like you said, Matt, at the same time, if this ultimately is something that leads to greater change in the industry and or greater awareness among customers of the best way to protect their accounts, then yes, there could be a silver lining to emerge.